Jenkins, and this is my grandpa, Jones Hughes, and today we will be talking about the Cloudland Hotel. My first question for you is what is your affiliation with the Cloudland Hotel?
Well, my grandfather was a cook at the Cloudland Hotel somewhere between 1891 1893 at the age of 21 or 23. He was born in 1870. Another story, there was a man named L.B. Searle who was the proprietor for General Wilder and the one that built the first 20-room lodge on top of the mountain before the hotel was built. And he had a real big diamond ring that was of a lot of value. And for some way, somehow, there was a place in Oakland where he was, and he lost his ring. Don't know how he lost it. That place where he lost it was called the Street House Store. And there was a store en route to the Cloudland Hotel, way up on top of the mountain, probably about a mile before you get to the hotel. And he offered a reward for someone to find that ring, but no one ever found it. And each time that my father and I would go there to that spot, he'd say, "This is where Searle lost his ring." And that legend is carried right on down through.
Who visited the Cloudland Hotel that was famous or popular?
History states, and it's through the logs of the hotel and by what was written as far as archives are concerned, was Henry Ford stayed there. He was a very famous man. And Harvey Firestone, that created the Firestone Tire Company, stayed there. And John Muir, who was a naturalist and was created national parks all over this part of the United States. And is also that there was a lot of European royalty that made a trip up there.
Cool.
There's a difference in a hotel and a motel. A hotel with 166 rooms was built exactly on the North Carolina-Tennessee line. And the dining room had a line drawn down through the middle. And at that point in time, it was legal to serve alcohol in Tennessee, but not in North Carolina. And the story goes that the deputies from Mitchell County would go up there and wait until someone got drunk and crossed the line so they could arrest them. So that was a big story there. You wanted to where it's supposed to be for better for your health and the fresh air. And the way the hotel got its name, Cloudland, was because if you've ever visited Roan in that area, you're in the clouds. And most of the time you can't see your hand in front of you until the sun burns it off in the daytime. There was a man named Timothy Burse, and he was on his way to the hotel one night walking along up the Ball Road. And when he came to a place where the Ball Road crossed the Blue Cliff, there was a mountain lion jumped on his back. And he'd been known to like the taste of alcohol. So, and he carried a knife that he called a butcher's knife with him all the time. And he reached around with one hand and got the mountain lion and stabbed it to death with the other one, with his knife. And he managed to make it to the hotel, and he was bleeding profusely, and everyone said, "What happened to you?" And he said, "I killed the devil down there." And the next morning, there were several witnesses that went down there to where it happened, and sure enough, the mountain lion was laying in the road dead. Had he not been drunk, he probably wouldn't survive the episode.